Did you know that nearly 70% of small businesses believe that having a limited budget actually pushes them to be more creative? It's true. In fact, studies show that companies with smaller marketing budgets can achieve up to 300% better ROI than their larger counterparts. Shocking, right? In a world where flashy ads and big budget campaigns dominate the scene, it's easy to think that only large brands can succeed. But what if I told you that some of the most memorable and effective marketing campaigns came from businesses with limited funds? They often outperform those with deep pockets. This video will dive into why small budgets can actually be a secret weapon in marketing. We'll explore how constraints can spark creativity, the power of targeted audiences, and how agility can lead to faster results. Plus, we'll uncover guerrilla tactics that create buzz without breaking the bank. Get ready to discover how small businesses turn limitations into strengths and learn how you can apply these strategies to your own marketing efforts. Let's unlock the secrets of successful small budget marketing together. Chapter 1: The Power of Constraints. Why less is more. When you're working with a small budget, you're forced to make every dollar count. Unlike big brands with millions to spend, smaller businesses have to get creative to compete. And guess what? It often works better than you might think. There's something about having limited resources that pushes you to think differently. One example of this is Dollar Shave Club. Their viral $4,500 launch video earned over 12,000 orders within the first 2 days. With a small budget, they focused on humor and simplicity, creating something memorable. This is a perfect example of how constraints fuel innovation. According to a study by Nielsen, 82% of consumers trust recommendations from friends and family more than any other form of advertising. Small budget marketers often capitalize on this by creating campaigns that feel personal and shareable, rather than overproduced. A quote from Scott Belsky's book Making Ideas Happen fits perfectly here: "Constraints drive creativity and foster new solutions." With fewer resources, you're forced to experiment and innovate, often leading to more engaging and effective marketing campaigns. Take a lesson from startups. They often rely on organic growth and word-of-mouth marketing because they simply don't have the cash for big advertising. This forces them to find unique ways to get noticed. And in a world oversaturated with ads, people crave authenticity and creativity, things that often come out of a small budget. Chapter 2: Laser Focus. Targeting the right audience, not the most. When budgets are tight, there's no room to waste money on blanket advertising. Instead, small budget marketers become masters of precision. They take the time to really understand their audience, and as a result, they craft campaigns that speak directly to the right people. This laser focus is crucial. In fact, data from eMarketer shows that 81% of consumers are more likely to respond to personalized marketing. Small brands can't afford to target everyone, so they home in on a specific niche, creating a more tailored experience for their customers. One great example is Airbnb's early marketing strategy. With limited funds, they targeted niche communities, like tech conferences and South by Southwest attendees, offering affordable lodging. By focusing on a very specific group of people, they built a loyal customer base that helped them grow into a global brand. A smaller budget forces you to ask tough questions. Who is your real customer? What do they care about? It's the difference between shouting into the void and having a one-on-one conversation. Instead of trying to reach everyone, small budget marketers aim to reach the right people at the right time. Seth Godin, in This Is Marketing, emphasizes that the relentless pursuit of mass will make you boring. Small budget marketers don't have the luxury of casting wide nets, so they become experts at targeting smaller, more engaged audiences. And often, this results in stronger customer relationships and better conversions. Chapter 3: Agility Wins. How small budgets pivot faster. One of the biggest advantages of having a smaller budget is agility. Without the layers of approval and massive teams that big brands have, small businesses can adapt quickly to market changes and trends. This speed can make all the difference in a fast-moving digital world. Think about how Wendy's leveraged Twitter to boost its brand. They didn't need a massive budget to create their viral, witty tweets. With a small, nimble social media team, they could jump on trends, roast competitors, and engage directly with customers in real time. Smaller budgets mean you have to constantly test and tweak your strategies. But that's an advantage. According to HubSpot, companies that adopt agile marketing are 252% more likely to report success. Small teams can pivot, change direction, and respond to data quickly without getting bogged down by bureaucracy. Take Warby Parker, for example. They started with a small budget and a lean team, which allowed them to react quickly to customer feedback and refine their product offering. When they first launched, they offered free home try-ons, something that bigger eyewear brands hadn't thought of. It wasn't a costly initiative, but it was a game changer that put the customer at the center of their experience. Being small often means you can experiment more freely. If something doesn't work, you adjust. If it works, you scale it up. Large companies with huge budgets often take months to change direction, but small budget marketers can pivot in real time, making them more adaptable and responsive. In a constantly evolving digital landscape, speed matters. And often, the smaller, scrappier teams with fewer resources have the edge because they can make decisions and take action faster than their bigger competitors. If you're enjoying these insights, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on smart marketing strategies that fit your budget. Chapter 4: Guerrilla Tactics, Making Noise Without Big Spends. When you're working with a small budget, traditional marketing approaches like TV ads or expensive influencer partnerships are often out of reach. That's where guerrilla marketing comes in. This strategy is all about using creativity and unconventional tactics to make a big impact with minimal spend. A classic example is Red Bull's Stratos stunt, where they sent Felix Baumgartner to the edge of space to skydive back to Earth. The budget was small compared to traditional marketing, but the media attention it generated was priceless. It became one of the most memorable marketing campaigns ever, showing that you don't need millions to make waves. Guerrilla marketing works because it surprises people and breaks through the clutter. According to research from Nielsen, 60% of consumers prefer buying new products from brands familiar to them. Guerrilla tactics, like pop-up events, street art, or viral challenges, create memorable, shareable moments that stick in people's minds. One interesting statistic: Google's research showed that 82% of consumers who've had a great brand experience are more likely to share it. This is where guerrilla marketing shines. These tactics aren't just disruptive, they're designed to be shared, making them perfect for the social media age. J. Conrad Levinson, who coined the term guerrilla marketing in his book of the same name, said, "Marketing is not about the size of your wallet. It's about the size of your ideas. Big budgets don't guarantee results. But a well-executed guerrilla tactic can turn heads and drive conversation, sometimes even going viral." The beauty of guerrilla marketing is that it relies on creativity over cash. It allows smaller brands to punch above their weight and stand out from the crowd in ways that big budget campaigns sometimes fail to do. Chapter 5: Community over Commodity, Building Loyal Followers on a Dime. With small budgets, building a community around your brand becomes more important than simply pushing products. When you don't have millions to spend on advertising, creating authentic relationships with your customers is your best bet. Take Glossier, for instance. The beauty brand started with a blog and a loyal community of readers. Instead of focusing on big ad campaigns, they engaged with their community to co-create products, gaining deep trust and brand loyalty. Today, Glossier's community-driven approach has made them a major player in the beauty industry. Research from Harvard Business Review shows that emotionally connected customers have a 52% higher lifetime value than those who are simply satisfied. Small budget marketers thrive on creating these emotional connections, often through direct engagement, user-generated content, or thoughtful customer service. Seth Godin, in his book Tribes, emphasizes, people want to be part of something bigger than themselves. By building a community, brands offer more than just a product, they offer a sense of belonging. This is something that massive corporations often struggle to replicate, even with bigger budgets. One successful strategy is to encourage user-generated content. Studies show that 92% of consumers trust organic, user-generated content more than traditional advertising. Small brands can leverage this by involving their customers in the brand story, turning followers into advocates. In the long run, community-focused brands often experience stronger customer retention and higher word-of-mouth referrals. The key is to nurture genuine relationships, not just treat your audience like numbers on a spreadsheet. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical tips and strategies to help you maximize your marketing potential, regardless of your budget.